So the question is sine theta is equal to 9 by 41. We have to find out the remaining trigonometric functions. So here sine theta is positive. That is sine theta is positive. Sine theta is positive in either first quadrant or second quadrant, because for all the ratio of sine theta, that is the definition of sine theta, is always y divided by r. When we look into the Cartesian coordinate system, this will be first quadrant and this one will be second quadrant, and the formula for finding out sine theta is y divided by r. So here r is always positive. The sign of sine theta only depends on the value of y, whether it is positive or negative. So it is only positive in first and second quadrant, because in the first quadrant we have positive y-axis and in the second quadrant we have the same positive y-axis. This will be our third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So third quadrant is having a negative y-axis and the fourth quadrant is also having negative y-axis. So therefore sine theta will be negative. That is why sine theta is positive in first and second quadrant. So next they have given us that sine theta is equal to 9 by 41. But we know that sine theta has the definition of y divided by r. That is, the definition of sine theta in terms of x, y and r is y divided by r. Here we can get the value of y. That is, y is equal to 9 and r is equal to 41. So in order to find out the remaining trigonometric functions, we need the value of x. So we don't know the value of x. So for that we can use the Pythagorean theorem. That is, for all r square is equal to x square plus y square. So here when we take a right angle triangle, so here will be the right angle and this is our angle theta. This side will be r, this side will be y and this side will be x. In the question they have given us the value of y, that is 9, and they have given us the value of r, that is 41, but we don't know the value of x. So for that we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So here we can rearrange this equation to find out the value of x. This equation can be rewritten as x square plus y square is equal to r square. So now x square is in LHS. I'll be taking this y square to right hand side. So when I do that, I will get x square is equal to r square. When y square comes to RHS from left hand side, it will become minus y square. So now I'll get the value of x to be equal to as square root of the terms, that is r square minus y square, square root of the whole. Now we can substitute the value of r and y. The value of r here is 41. So 41 square minus y square. The value of y here is 9. So 9 square. 41 square is equal to 1681 and 9 square is always 81. When we do the subtraction, we get square root of 1600. So when we take the square root, we get the value of x to be equal to as plus or minus 40. From the question we obtain the data that sine theta is either in first quadrant or second quadrant. When we look in the quadrant system, in the first quadrant we have positive x-axis and in the second quadrant we have negative x-axis. So we can take x to be equal to as 40 in the first quadrant and x to be equal to as minus 40 in the second quadrant. This question will have now two possible sets of answers. That is, the remaining trigonometric ratios for the first quadrant and the remaining trigonometric ratios for the second quadrant. Let us find out them. In the first quadrant, we have positive x-axis. X is equal to 40 and the value of y from the question is 9 and the value of r is 41. So similarly, in the second quadrant, there is negative x-axis. Therefore, our x coordinate in the second quadrant will be minus 40, which is here. The value of y will be same because it is having positive y-axis. That is, y is equal to 9 and the value of r will be always positive, that is 41. So now we can find out each trigonometric ratio. So in the question they have already given sine theta. So sine theta is equal to 9 by 41. The second quadrant also sine theta will be 9 by 41. Second one will be cos theta and the cos theta's definition is x divided by r. The value of x here is 40 and the value of r here is 41. So we will will get 40 divided by 41. The third trigonometric function is tan theta, tangent theta. That is the ratio of sin theta by cos theta. Sin theta is always y by r. So when we take the ratio of sin theta and cos theta, r and r will cancel out each other. Y will go to the numerator and x will go to the denominator. We will get y by x. The value of y here is 9 and the value of x here is 40. We will get 9 divided by 40. Next three trigonometric functions are the reciprocal of the previous three trigonometric functions. First one will be cosecant theta, whose definition is r divided by y, which is the reciprocal of sin theta, that is y divided by r. Directly we can write the reciprocal of sin theta, that is 41 divided by 9. The value of r is 41, that is 41, and the value of y here is 9, so therefore 9. So it is 41 by 9. The fifth trigonometric function is secant theta or sec theta, whose definition is r divided by x. So secant theta is reciprocal of cos theta. We can directly write it as 41 divided by 40. If we check, r is 41, so 41, x is equal to 40, so 40. And the last one will be cot theta, that is cotangent theta, whose definition is x by y. So cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta, so directly we can write the reciprocal of this number, 40 by 9. The value of x is 40, that is 40. The value of y is 9, so 9. Similarly, do for the second quadrant. So you can pause the video and try it by yourself. So while substituting, we need to substitute these values, try it by yourself, come back and check the answer. Second one is cos theta, whose definition is x divided by r. So the value of x here is 40 and the value of r here is 41. So therefore we will get minus 40 by 41, which is minus of the entire fraction, that is 40 by 41. Next one will be tan theta. Tan theta is always y by x. So the value of y here is 9 and the value of x here is minus 40. So we will get 9 divided by minus 40. So this will be equal to as negative of the whole fraction, that is 9 by 40. Fourth trigonometric function is cosecant theta, which has the definition r by y. R here is 41 and the value of y here is 9. So we will get 41 by 9. Next trigonometric function is secant theta, whose definition is r by x. The value of r here is 41 and the value of x here is minus 40. We will get 41 divided by minus 40, which can be written as minus of the entire fraction, that is 41 by 40. And the last trigonometric function is cot theta. Definition is x divided by y. X here is minus 40 and the value of y here is 9. We will get minus 40 divided by 9, which is equal to negative of the whole fraction, that is minus 40 by 9. You can see here that in the second quadrant only sin theta and its reciprocal cosecant theta are positive values, because when we look into the quadrants, so this is positive x-axis, this is negative x-axis, this is positive y-axis, this is negative y-axis. First and second quadrant. So in the first quadrant we have positive y-axis and positive x-axis, so therefore all the trigonometric functions will be positive. In the second quadrant we are having negative x-axis and positive y-axis. Functions which are involving y coordinate will have positive value, that is cosec theta is involving the y coordinate and sin theta is always y divided by r. Sin theta is also involving y coordinate, so sin theta and cosecant theta are having positive values, but the remaining functions involve x coordinate values. Cos theta is involving x, tan theta is having x, and secant theta is having x coordinate, and cot theta is also having x coordinate. So therefore, when we look into second quadrant is having negative x-axis. So therefore, all these terms, that is cos theta, tan theta, secant theta and cot theta, will be negative. So this will be our solution to the question. If you understood the concept, subscribe to the channel, like the video and share the video. Thank you.